What does it mean to carry on a legacy as a superhero? For many, it means becoming just as unstoppable, if not more so, than their predecessors, and also challenging the status quo of what has come before. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. It's me, Amanda. Today we are counting down the top 10 legacy superheroes who cannot and will not be stopped. Who are your favorite legacy characters? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Miss Marvel. For this point, we're focusing on Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, who carries on the legacy of Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, who in turn carried on the legacy of Captain Marvel. While in the MCU, she is now tied to the mutants. In the comics, she was known for her ties to the Inhumans, initially possessing Inhuman ancestry, which is also how she got her powers. They manifested when the Terrigen Mists were released onto Earth, causing her potential to be unlocked and granting her stretching and shapeshifting abilities, which Kamala often uses in combat to defeat her enemies. Now, however, she has been made an Inhuman mutant hybrid in the comics after the events of the most recent Hellfire Gala. Kamala's connection to Carol is simply that she is a huge Captain Marvel fangirl, and as a result, when Carol took up the mantle of her mentor, Captain Marvel, Kamala was permitted to use her former superhero name of Miss Marvel. Kinda nice. And friends, before we move on to our next spot on this list, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, why not show us you love us by clicking that like button? Number 9, Jarro. Jarro is one of my favorite clones and also one of my favorite legacy heroes. He's not only a legacy character in regards to him being connected to the villainous Starro, but also due to his connection to Batman, the Bat family, and the mantle of Robin. Jarro's not a clone in the sense that he is a straight copy of another being with the same memories, but he was grown from genetic material the Batman retrieved from Starro the Conqueror. Jarro is by far one of the cutest sons that Batman has. Yep, that's right, Jarro considers Batman to be his dad since Batman raised him and trained him to be a hero. Jarro was trained like Batman's other sons and Robin's and has been seen working as an ally to Batman and the Justice League. He is extremely loyal and would do anything for his dad and hero, Batman. Being that he was trained by Batman and is also a sort of descendant of Starro, he has the potential to be pretty unstoppable in his own right. Number 8, Doyle Dormammu. Everyone loves Doyle, which is why I was compelled to include him here on this list. Doyle, for those who are not familiar with him, first appeared in Strange Academy issue number 1, a series that I was initially excited to read as soon as it was announced, and that I still haven't actually found the time to sit down and read in full yet, sadly. That being said, from what I have seen of it, it is amazing, and I've only heard the best things about it from folks who have actually read it. Doyle is the son of Dormammu, but not through conventional means. Initially, he was just a normal human boy born to a normal human woman. However, after it was discovered that he had a brain tumor that could not be removed or cured through medical means, his mother looked for some other way, anyway, to cure him, and ended up asking, get this, the Dreadlord Dormammu for help. And surprisingly, Dormammu actually agreed, giving the boy a piece of himself in order to cure him, thereby making him a sort of son of Dormammu, which is why we call him as such. As with some others on this list like Jarro, despite his connection to a more villainous legacy, Doyle is presented as a hero in training in Strange Academy. Number 7, Wonder Girl. Yara Flor was the future state Wonder Woman when Diana got a glimpse into a possible future in Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 7. It was Yara who she saw carrying on the mantle of Wonder Woman. Yara is not an Amazon from Themyscira, instead she is an Amazon of Brazil, being from a different tribe of Amazons than Diana hails from, but still ultimately an Amazon. In the future state reality, Yara was considered to be a demigod. Yara Flor's Wonder Woman initially appeared in Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 7. She was created by Joelle Jones and would later be incorporated into the main continuity of Prime Earth and get a short-lived comic series all her own titled Wonder Girl, which takes place prior to Yara becoming Wonder Woman. Although now what happened in Future State is considered an alternate reality, Yara Flor still is Wonder Woman in that reality and is one of the heroes to have the mantle Wonder Girl in the main continuity. Number 6, Hulkling. During the prelude of Empire, Hulkling went from being a hero and member of the Young Avengers, standing in as their very different version of the Hulk, to becoming the ruler of both the Skrull and Kree empires, bringing both together under the galactic umbrella known as the Alliance, ending a more than 100-year war by uniting these two empires. Thanks to his bravery, his sense of leadership, and of course, his heritage. A much better resolution to that complex conflict than the one we got in the MCU recently, unfortunately. The whole reason that Hulkling was able to bring together the long warring empires of both the Skrull and the Kree to create the Alliance, other than his parentage being a Kree-Skrull hybrid born to the Skrull Princess Anel and celebrated Kree war hero Mar-Vell, was because he was needed to lead and unite both peoples against the universal threat of the Kotati, who he and his army, along with the heroes of Earth, did successfully defeat. Wasn't easy, but they did it. Number 5. Nightwing. In the ongoing Nightwing series by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, we follow Nightwing as he continues to be the protector of Bloodhaven. However, after Alfred's death, he's no longer struggling in the same way financially as we're used to seeing him do, having inherited a fortune from one of his adoptive father figures, Alfred. A fortune that Alfred apparently built, maintained, and seemingly sat on, I guess, for years. What does Dick Grayson do with this newfound wealth? Does he build a Batcave like his adoptive father Bruce Wayne would? Does he put all those funds into gadgets and tech? No. He chooses to use this newfound wealth to fix the actual infrastructure of the city that he has sworn to protect. I know Bruce would agree with me on this when I say even Batman could learn a thing or two from Nightwing's approach to heroics. Oh, and he's even technically already replaced Batman, both literally in the past and currently, as the Titans just recently replaced the Justice League as DC's premier superhero team in the main continuity, and Nightwing, of course, still leads the Titans. Number 4. Captain America. Bucky Barnes was once the sidekick of Captain America. In the days before Marvel and Stan Lee decided that kid sidekicks were too irresponsible and kinda silly for them to feature. After he and Cap went MIA, he much later resurfaced as the super soldier and brainwashed assassin, Winter Soldier. Steve didn't give up on him though. Even when he came back with this new villainous persona, Steve helped to free him from his brainwashing and gave Bucky back his former memories, allowing him to once more think and act for himself, and eventually Bucky would even go on to be fully redeemed, becoming himself the hero, Captain America, when Steve was believed to be dead. Number 3. The Flash. The Flash is one of the most unstoppable characters in all of comics, never mind just a legacy character, and Wally West isn't just a legacy hero carrying the mantle of the Flash following in his Uncle Barry Allen's footsteps, but he is also even faster than Barry, which makes him pretty insane when it comes to his power levels. Wally West is probably also my favorite Flash, and you know me, I love super speed and consider it to be one of the most powerful and versatile power sets that we have. So of course I have to pay my respect and give Wally West one of my top spots here on this list. While Barry Allen has made a lot of messes that he has had to use his powers to get him out of, Wally typically does not make messes, he cleans them up. Like right now in Titans with him showing up and dying so that he and his friends can actually solve his own murder. Well, his future self showed up and died, and then his present self, I guess you would say, showed up and was like, oh, I guess we're gonna solve my murder. Great. Number 2. Nature Girl. Can we really have legacy superheroes when it comes to the X-Men where all their powers are so unique? I suppose not in a traditional sense, but in a non-traditional sense we certainly can. Really, when we talk about legacy with the X-Men, we're more talking about the next generation of superheroes. And sure, I could talk about mutant heroes who are the children of other famous X-Men members who have come before, like Legion and Talon, but I'd rather focus on someone who isn't a direct descendant, because legacy doesn't have to equate to the natural born child of. Legacy can simply be the next group coming in, and let's be honest, the next generation doesn't always agree with the one who came before. Enter Nature Girl. Nature Girl recently has been on a transformative journey that saw her turn from a sweet, empathic figure able to commune with the nature of Earth to a raging, unrelenting force hell-bent on getting revenge on those who were killing the planet. I have enjoyed this strange but compelling arc for her, and personally, I would not want to mess with Nature Girl. Mess with nature and she'll mess you up. Number 1. Superman. John Kent as Superman has to be one of the most unstoppable heroes out there when we think of someone carrying on a legacy or a mantle, especially in the modern day. I went really modern with these picks, by the way, but I guess that's because I'm reading a lot of modern comics right now, minus like Wolverine, Dazzler, and I guess Witchblade, which are all a bit more retro in terms of where I'm at with their histories in terms of like which volumes I'm reading. John recently appeared in Nightwing seeking some advice from Dick Grayson and looking to be trained. And even there, Dick had to figure out how to even approach training John because of just how unstoppable and powerful a force he is. That's about it. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.